Hello and welcome to something a little bit different from us this time. I'm Lou, this is the gorgeous
Joe?
and we are coming to you today because unfortunately we've both been diagnosed with the horrible COVID-19. So we thought we'd come and share our experience with you because we haven't had the classic symptoms that the media and the government are saying it is. So we thought we'd share with you how we're feeling. So how did it all occur, Joe?
Well, I went out for...
Because it's your fault. For me anyway, I got it from Joe.
I went out for lunch on Saturday afternoon, met a friend for lunch, absolutely fine. I 100% was fine, nothing wrong with me at all. Came home and I'd been sat outside for a couple of hours, didn't think, I was fine. Came home.
Today being Thursday. It's Thursday today.
Okay, it's Thursday today, so this is the Saturday just gone.
Just gone.
And sort of come 6 o'clock-ish started sort of saying, I don't feel great, but thought nothing more of it. Had some of my dinner. We watched Strictly.
We did a live.
Ah, yes.
We did a live.
You're right, we did do a live broadcast. I wasn't feeling great.
Yeah.
We did do the live, but yeah, I had already said I wasn't feeling good.
Yeah.
Then we watched Strictly, and during Strictly I was just like, Louise was like, what's the matter? And I was like, well, when Strictly's finished I'm going to bed, which is what I did. Went to bed, stayed in bed, and I just...
What were your symptoms? How
really
did you feel?
tired, really tired, felt really rubbish, felt like I was getting a bit of a cold. When I got up Sunday, I felt like I got sinusitis. So for me, that's across my eyebrows. My eyes were so painful, really painful, eyebrows pain, and I get sinusitis, and I just thought I had sinusitis. I was really tired and sinusitis.
Yeah.
Not much of an appetite, but none of those things were enough to keep me off of work. So went to work Monday morning and got to work and was again fine, but was chatting to my colleagues and I was like, I really just don't feel, I've got a head cold, I don't feel great. You know, my eyes really do hurt, I really feel tired.
And you work in a school, don't you?
I work in a school, and they were just like, well, it's reasonably quiet here. Can understand if you're not feeling well, why don't you go home? But if you do go home, go and get a test.
Just in case.
So it was just purely you might as well get a test. And I thought, it's close to Christmas, I might as well get a test just to cross it off my list. I genuinely had nothing. I didn't have a continuous cough. I didn't have a temperature. And what's the other thing?
Loss of smell.
No, and no change in my smell or taste. None of that.
None of the classic
symptoms. So this is still Monday. We did both go for a test Monday.
She dragged me with her. And
I was like, well,
I've got to go.
Yeah, if I'm having a test, you're having a test. There's absolutely no point in.
And I had no symptoms whatsoever.
Then Tuesday, still feeling tired, sinusitis. I was like, actually, I'm pleased I didn't go to work. I do just feel really rubbish.
I just thought it was, is it psychosomatic, the word I'm using?
Yeah.
Wanted to. When we was in the queue, as you're in the car for the driving test,
we had assisted test.
Assisted test, because we couldn't trust ourselves to do it properly.
I gag.
Yeah, we'll explain to you about how it works in a minute. So if anyone hasn't been yet and is a bit worried about going, we can let you know how it all goes. We both had totally different experiences. So as we were in the queue, I was saying to Joe, oh, my throat's a little bit sore, and I'm just thinking it's, you know, we're about to have a COVID test. You know, you think, oh, am I ill? Am I not ill? You sort of thing like that. So I was thinking, you know, maybe it's that. So, but then didn't really think anything of it at all.
By then a cough had started for me.
For you, the cough had started, and it was the classic, oh, COVID, you know, mucking about.
Yeah, no, it was just a cough, which went with having a cold. cough and a cold.
But it wasn't
feeling
consistent, like they say, a consistent
No,
cough.
although I did read that up again, and it was like they said if you cough 3 times in an hour, they class that as a consistent cough. I had that come
Yeah.
Monday, but if you put it with the cold, I just had a cough and a cold.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything else.
If you have a COVID test, you have to isolate until you get the results, just in case. And on the Monday, we always go into the studios of Mirador Television and do our Strictly review. But of course, we phoned up the guys there and said, we're going to have a test. We don't think we've got COVID, but we're having one anyway, so we can't come in and do the review. So we did the review at home. Thank God we didn't go into the studio.
Absolutely. Tuesday evening, sat down for my dinner. Oh my God, the smell of my dinner was vile. Really, really strong smelling food.
It was sausages.
Hex sausages.
Hex sausages.
Which I like. They're nice sausages, but I literally had my dinner out there in front of me, cut it, and then would have a piece of food. And I just have a sausage and a couple of chips. I could not bear the smell of it at all. And at that point, I turned around to Louise and went, I
That's
think
not right.
my test results are going to come back positive. And then the next morning, they came back positive.
Yeah.
But for me, my main concern and my main point is I went to work Monday morning. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I would not have known that I had COVID, that I was carrying COVID in any way. Really and honestly, I wouldn't, in ordinary circumstances, have gone for a test or thought of going for a test until the Tuesday, when I then had a change in my smell. And it wasn't a loss of smell, though they've adjusted that as well. It's not just loss of smell, it is just any change of smell or taste. I definitely would have carried on as completely as normal until that Tuesday, and then I would have gone, oh, hang on a second, we need to isolate, we need to get a test, there's a possibility here. And by then, how many more people, other than who I'd already seen, would I have infected?
Well, luckily, you social distance and you took all the precautions anyway. When you did, if you were in with people, there was the social distancing. But for me, it was totally different. I had totally different symptoms. So it's slightly different. It's slightly difficult with me because I suffer with a condition called fibromyalgia, which causes me to have really bad joint and muscle pains. And also I can get really bad fatigue as well as a myriad of all sorts of different symptoms that flare up. And the way I control it, I don't take tablets for it because I don't think they work. I changed my diet dramatically, so which is why I'm gluten-free and dairy-free, and I try and eat as healthily as I possibly can.
No processed sugars.
No processed sugars, no processed foods as much as possible. When it's the most boring way of living completely, but it's you want to be healthy, you don't want to be ill. And every now and again I have a flare up, and those flare up symptoms are very similar to what I've just experienced. So
what you are experiencing.
What I'm experiencing now. So my experience of having COVID is I've got a sore chest. I would have a cough, but I'm one of these people that suppresses my cough because I can't bear people coughing, and I can't bear myself coughing. So I try my best not to cough at all, because I think the more you cough, the worse it gets. So I try not to. So every now and again, if I cough, I do it very gently. So I didn't really have a major cough or anything like that. I just felt, for me, I had a sore throat, and then I got a major migraine. But I get them anyway because of fibromyalgia. So again, it was that. And I also got very tired. Again, fibromyalgia. So I have not had any of the classic symptoms of COVID at all, have I?
No.
Not at all. They're just the same as I would have if I was having a flare-up of fibromyalgia. And there's no way, if I hadn't been with Joe, there's no way I would have gone for a test.
No.
I wouldn't have gone for a test at all, because I would have just thought, it's my fibromyalgia, I'm having a flare-up, you know, and that would be it,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Absolutely.
And my nose, I feel a bit nasally here, and it's a bit sore, like when you're sleeping and it's almost like your nasal passages are so clear, it hurts when you breathe in. It's that sort of thing. And my eyes are really sore today. So when I'm moving my eyes, you know, that's really painful. And my chest is raw, but and I've got, the cough is getting a little bit worse, but I'm trying to suppress it. But apart from that, oh yeah, and I'm really tired as well. I didn't wake up till about 1 o'clock, but again, that could be my fibromyalgia, and it could be COVID making me have a flare-up of fibromyalgia at the same time. It's
Having a COVID test, so I've had 3 now. First one I did by myself and decided after that I would have assisted ones, because I think it's a more reliable way of making sure that you've done the test correctly by getting somebody else to do it for you. For me, it's you have a cotton bud swab that goes in your throat, so you have to do that nice big
I didn't.
And then no, so I think your throat must have been really open and mine wasn't.
I just got a bigger,
so I had to
big gob.
open my throat up, and at that point then it's like you're gagging, and they're like, actually they don't care, they'd rather that because it opens it up even more. That's what she's telling me as she's doing it, and I'm just eyes shut, just concentrating on her doing it, and then up your nose, one nostril, whichever nostril, 10 seconds, they count it down, and I'm literally squeezing my hands at that point because it's so tickly. So gagging and tickles. Nothing hurts at all.
And I was like, when she was having it done, I was like, oh, you're being so dramatic about it, because when I was having mine done, it was not a problem at all. Open your mouth, open up wide, she takes the swab, no problem, get it up your nose, she's up there, and I was like, that's quite pleasant, I didn't mind that at all. And she was like, most people can't bear that bit.
I don't think she'd ever had anybody say that to her.
I didn't mind it at all, it was quite nice. You know that feeling when you do your ears? It's almost a little bit like that.
Weird. I was impressed with the fact that I came home from work, went straight onto the website, and although, yes, okay, my most local one, I couldn't get in, we had to drive half an hour to go and get it, but that doesn't matter. That's of no bother for us, a drive-through one, we've got a car, it's fine. And yeah, that was late morning, by early afternoon, we were there having our test.
Yeah.
Which was great. And then
they were very professional, really lovely people.
Early Wednesday morning, the test results came through.
Yeah.
So
it was, that was efficient. The track and trace app is a bit of a minefield, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because they come up and then they want to know who you've seen, and then you put information in, and then it crosses over with something else. Like ours crossed over and started saying, you've got a self, and it was all a bit confusing, wasn't it? And then we're telling people that we have been around as well, and then one of them, who we weren't even really near, because our phones, Joe's phone had been near his phone, we were at a dance lesson, and it was all COVID secure, all totally legal, social distance, but it was the phones had been nearer than we had been nearer to the person. So that's what came up, which was, there it is, that track and trace, it's the phones that get near each other. You know, we were more likely, you know, you get closer to people when you're wandering around the supermarket than any other time. So it's a bit, that was a bit of a minefield, isn't it? And a lot of people that we've potentially come in contact with, some people have been a bit nervous about it and want more information, which is fair enough. Everyone's different. But yeah, the main reason why we're here, just giving you some information on the fact that we haven't had the classic symptoms. So if you're feeling a bit under the weather, and you can, just go and get yourself tested just in case, because if we hadn't, we would have infected a lot of people for definite. I'd have been wandering around Tesco. Yes, we would have had masks on and things like that. I don't really see anyone else, but we would have done a dance class this week, COVID secure, yes. We probably wouldn't have infected anyone, but you don't know. And Joe would have happily have gone back to school and quite possibly infected other people. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, even if you think, oh, I've got a few, just go and get yourself tested. Even just for the experience of going and getting tested. Just go and get it done. Anyway, this has worn me out, just doing this, just chatting. Hopefully this is the worst we should get. From now on we should start feeling a little bit better, because this is day, what?
I don't know, since, well, Saturday.
Saturday.
I suppose you count it as Sunday because it was Saturday evening.
Yeah,
Sunday,
Sunday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This is my day 5.
Day 5. So I'm 1 day behind. So technically, Joe can leave the house on New Year and Christmas Eve.
If Louise wasn't in the house. So mine ends on the 23rd and I can go out Christmas Eve, but I can't because of Louise's. So Louise's finishes on the 24th, so we can both go out Christmas Day.
So Christmas is saved, hurrah! But we can't go out and get Christmas cards and wrapping paper and so we're stuffed really and relying on people going and getting our food and things like that, which is horrible, especially when I've got very strange dietary requirements. And I have to be very specific about what I tell them to go and get. So that's been a bit of a thing. But hey ho, we've got food. We're not eating it anyway. We're not hungry, are we?
No.
Anyway, right. Well, that's it. So anyway, stay safe, everyone. We hope you're all well. We're definitely, it's the final coming up for Strictly. We will definitely be doing our review as always. We wouldn't let anything stop us doing that. So stay safe, keep well, have a great Christmas, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
See ya.